Now, first of all, it starts with a baseline which is accurate. And very often people say that, we're in extraordinary disorderly times today. We've never seen anything like this. Well, in fact, that's not true. As Henry Kissinger points out in his recent book on world order, there's never been a truly global world order. And people who go back and say, but, weren't we living in an age of American hegemony for the last 75 years? The answer is no, not really. At best, it was half-hegemony. If you ask about the international order that the Americans helped to structure after 1945, it did not include China, did not include India, did not include the Soviet Union. There's more than half of the world right there. So it was a set of like-minded countries which were obeying a set of rules and structuring a set of alliances, but this view that the world order was an American hegemony is again a bit fictitious. And unless we have a clear baseline, it's going to be pretty hard to get an idea of how we judge where we are today. But I think you can raise a question, a legitimate question, which is whatever you call the last 70 years or so, are we at an inflection point? Are we at a turning point in which we're seeing something which will look 10 years from now as a major beginning of a decline or a major point in history in which we'll say, aha, that was it? For example, my colleague Larry Summers, former Secretary of the Treasury, distinguished economist, had a piece in the Financial Times last week in which he said the big question that arose after Donald Trump withdrew the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement was whether this was an inflection point in history or whether it was a temporary aberration. And Larry is not alone on this. If you look at the writings of such distinguished columnists and observers as Martin Wolf or Philip Stevens, then you'll see very similar opinions expressed.